Waiting for the back for part 2 with Farrah Prudence. Hey, thanks for joining today, and it's just great to see you after such a long time. We look forward to having you again in Minnesota for lots of future events after the lockdown. Any thoughts about cancel culture this past year, since 1 week before Easter, and then everything, including the 4th of July, everything must be canceled? And you said in part 1, you must not celebrate Thanksgiving with your family. You must not celebrate Christmas. You're gonna kill grandma and grandpa. And then, of course, they can have their peaceful protests where they topple vehicles and police cars, break buildings and burn buildings to the ground. But and the election day also was canceled this year. Election day was canceled. It became election half year. I don't know. It's when they started. Who knows when they started? But they, like, true to form, the Democrats can't even steal something very well. We remember their selection process of Joseph Potato Head Biden, and they were unable to select a candidate. They had 4 years to try to find the best woman or man for the job, or a woman or a man for the job, and they couldn't even do that without each party of Democrats. They all accused each other of cheating, and so you got the best cheater of all, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. What's up, Farrah?
Well,
I don't know
well,
what's going on.
first of all, it's always a good time with you. Whether we're in person or over the phone, it's always a good time. Lots of laughs the entire time, and good talk. But the elections, where do I even start about the elections? In very simple terms, and I know that not a lot of Americans think about this. I hope to God that this is the case, that they don't think about this. But America chose, as far as we know, there are people, at least here in this country, that chose to vote for a man who was part of an administration that helped exterminate Christians, Yazidis, Jews, anybody who was a minority in the Middle East, spilled Muslim blood as well as every other people's blood. They started the Arab Spring, which was just a spring of blood all over the place. They have destroyed that region, and God knows how many decades it's going to take to get back to the crap that it was. I mean, it wasn't a great place to start with, but at least people like Hosni Mubarak had it under control.
Yeah.
They had it. Hosni Mubarak was not a good man, not a saint. Pretty sure he's in hell right now, but he had it under control.
Yeah.
We had him under control. That's
Right.
the even better part. He was afraid of us. Now we have people who don't care. They're not scared of us. They're not willing to just walk the somewhat straight and narrow. But people chose to vote for this man. And while they did it, they felt superior and self righteous. This is mind blowing to me. The party that always claims that they are for peace and love doesn't give
Don't
doesn't
say it. Everybody's thinking it already. Perfect.
doesn't give whatever you're thinking
Yeah.
about people actually getting brutally murdered, raped, little girls sold at sex markets.
Yeah.
That wasn't in their thinking. Joe Biden is responsible for that because he worked under Obama. He was part of that. God knows that the entire American public is responsible for that because we put Obama in office. Now, the first time, I could say we could, it was a mistake. Then it was a second time, and now a third. How many strikes
Wow.
are we going to have on us? People continue to talk about slavery, slavery, slavery. Yes, slavery was abhorrent. It was terrible. Thank you very much to the white abolitionists who said, hey, this is crap. We're going to stop it. We're not going to continue with it. Where are those people now? Who are those people that are going to stop this and say, hey, you cannot bomb and arm terrorists and then go ahead and say we're for peace and love? In fact, almost every major war was started by a Democrat president.
Yeah, think about it. Right back to the Civil War, 620,000 men died in the Civil War to, because of the Democrat South, and then World War I started by Woodrow Wilson, and World War II started by Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and the Korean War. Well, that's a little bit complicated, but yeah, under Eisenhower, Nixon, but then Vietnam was back again to Kennedy, Johnson, and Bush Senior. Well, that by then we're into the deep state,
Yeah.
CIA controlled deep state. Paul Wolfowitz, Rumsfeld, all that whole cabal, including Richard Pearl. They were not Republicans exactly at all.
Are the people really, Wes?
World Monetary Fund, World Bank people.
We're talking about Democrats, but let's go to the flip side of this. Republicans. Are they actually Republicans? Democrats fought for 4 years. They had their nails out, their teeth out, they had everything out trying to get Trump out of office. And you know what? I admire that. To some extent, I admire that kind of fight. Look at these freaking Republicans we have in office right now.
Right.
They couldn't wait to bow down. What is going on?
Right.
Are they really something to be proud of? We really do need a third party to rise up in this country. And it's going to have to be, I think, libertarians as myself, which I'm a kind of a fringe libertarian because I'm pro-life. But libertarians, true conservatives, true patriots have to get together and say the Republican Party has become garbage and we need to step up and give the American people an actual choice and an actual option. And it is the first, it's sad because Trump, I wouldn't say is a Republican. Trump is more, to me, is more of like a JFK Democrat. Kind of. And I love JFK.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But Trump really, he's not, I wouldn't say he's extremely conservative in his values. I love Trump. When I voted for him, I told my husband, it's like, I voted for him. I felt like I needed to go take a shower because I don't like this guy, but I can't look